right, guys, let's check out this Nodus sector pilot. Yeah, so it's a sector dial, date. It has pilot features, kind of like the hands and the oversized, super legible Arabics, but then it has a countdown bezel on it too. So there's a lot of information going on here, and I know some people might be like, well, how's it a pilot watch? I don't know. I don't judge watches. I don't classify them. This is called the Nodus Sector Pilot. That's all I know. This colorway is actually called the BlackBird. So it has a really nice black dial. The sector part is actually textured, and then the outer part is kind of matte. There's a, a chapter ring, which when we do a close-up on it, there's some features on that stand out. And then you have almost kind of like a military sage green color splash at the cutouts for the chapter, and then of course the date and the seconds hand. Before we get into the watch and the size and all the details and everything, I have a question for you. And maybe, I don't know, I think I'm a pretty good judge of this because I get to see a lot of watches. But what other micro brand that the owners are based in the United States, these are actually assembled in LA in the United States, I can't think of another US based, maybe even outside the US included, micro brand that has their crap together as good as Wes and Cullen do, the owners of Nodus. They are continually putting out just awesome designs, and it's because they're watch enthusiasts of the affordable watches mostly. And I mean, look at this kit. I don't know if this is what it actually comes with, but this is what this kit was sent over that Scott, big thanks to Scott for buying this and having Nodus send it directly to me. But it came on this leather, which is a really nice leather strap. It has their awesome H-link bracelet, and it came with this canvas strap, which is a thinner one, so it actually is wearable. I hate really thick canvas straps. Maybe I'm alone in that. They regulate the movement to 4 positions, and they document it. And I've kind of tested it. It's like really close. Sometimes it's not dead on, but it's really close to what they had written on there. Let's see. And then they have pretty fun packaging. It's not amazing or anything like that, but it's creative, and I dig it. It's clean. You got all your extra stuff down here, like your booklet and everything, and then up top here, there's just like these drawers that slide out, and that's where the watch and the bracelet and extra strap was. I don't know. So let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm missing something, but I've never been disappointed with a Nodus watch that's come across this channel, and it's even more than that. It's not even like absence of disappointment. It's actually a level of excitement. The closer you look at it, there's little details everywhere. It's just, they're well built. All right, so case size on this, 38 millimeter. At the bezel's 39. So, and it actually kind of looks and feels a little bit bigger than that. So it is a 38 millimeter watch, but it feels more like a 40 or 41, I feel like. 47 lug to lug, and check out the case profile on that. And it adds a lot of dimension to it. The fact that they added a almost non-symmetrical, like it's the polished edging here is, it follows like a little bit of a weird contour, but it's on the bottom side too, and it adds way more dimension to the case. I really dig it. Really deep brushing on this too, and then really sharp polished with a very tight, clean line separating them. So very fun. Back to the measurements, 47 drilled, and you can see they arc down a little bit. They're definitely lower than the case back. 12.75 millimeter thick, and that's up to this flat sapphire crystal. But check this out. This is something I didn't even realize I have grown to like until like this watch, and certainly on that newer Seiko Tuna it has it. But you have a chamfered sapphire, but the main thing is it's a flat sapphire, but check out the distortion on this. It's domed on the underside. A lot of times you'll have a single dome sapphire, it's domed on the top side. Well, I'm starting to see a couple of watches where they're flat on top and they're domed on the underside. It has a nice effect, and it keeps the watch still thin. They do have blue anti-reflective coating on the underside of this. And let's see, we'll get back to the dimensions. We are looking at 20 millimeter lug width here. And then the bracelet tapers down to 18. Actually, I think the strap does too, but tapers down to 18. Double pusher, 3 micro adjust. I'll try to put the bracelet on so you can see what it looks like on the video too, but for now I'm just going to use this leather strap. 7.5 millimeter crown, super amount of traction on this, nice sharp cutting on that. And if you look at it, they call it in their website description, they call it a modern onion. I don't know, kind of like a cupcake or a Reese's cup or something like that. But whatever it is, it works. I dig it. It actually makes it way easier to grab and get traction on it. It's very easy to operate. Nice little pop to it. It's using the NH36, so that's why you have your day and your date. The date is extremely difficult to read for my old eyes. I think if it was printed in white, it would be easier to do, but I like that it's in green. So I like the design aspect of it for the minor inconvenience of not actually being able to see the date very well. So let me know what you guys think on that. I think that's going to be a 50-50 split on that. So you can wind it here. You know, first position, you're going to be able to do your day and date. And then, of course, the last position, you're going to be able to hack the movement and set the time. Basically no crown wobble on this thing either. So I'll go ahead and push it in. And notice I didn't backspin. And I also used the word Nodus, talking about describing brand Nodus. Anyway, that was an accident. All right, let's zoom in on this thing and check this out. So you can see the sector dial, meaning that the bottom portion is lowered, and you do have interrupted crosshairs. I guess it's down and to the side, but not towards the top. Notice sector printing on there, and then the day window actually gives you 3 letters for the day, which is kind of fun. Opens it up a little bit. Nice sage green. I don't know what we're calling this green. Military green. Seconds hand to tie into that, and a white tip. Look how close it gets to that chapter. So I don't know if Wes and Cullen did that intentionally, or if they just got lucky or what. But whether you're lucky or good, I don't really care. That is awesome how close it gets to that chapter. Speaking of the chapter, there's cutouts at the 12, 3, 6, and 9. And then they inlaid some more of that color. And check out the 12 there. That's their little their company logo. So neat little trick. All of the Arabics and the hands, and then probably the tip of the seconds hand, are loomed out. They used a loom that I'm not super familiar with. They call it T-C1X1. So I'm guessing what we have here is it's similar to C3X1, but it is, but I don't know if adding the T or something. Anyway, it should glow blue, and it definitely looks white. So it's just a new formula. I love that there's coming out with new formulas and batches here. You even have nice brushing and very clean line. I mean, look how clean the lines are in the brushing. And then up on the bezel, even notice the, whatever you want to call it, the traction for the bezel has a little polished relief, and it's just really cleanly done. And then you have a stainless steel insert countdown bezel on this thing. Countdown meaning it's the opposite of like a dive bezel. So basically, say you put the 05 at the minute hand, and basically you're going to count down 5 minutes until the waitress said you're going to go to your table, or waiter said you're going to go to your table. So when the minute hand gets to that part there, then it's been 5 minutes elapsed. And it is a bidirectional friction fit. There is no clicks or anything, but it has just the right amount of friction on it. It's like just perfect sweet spot. And that all comes down to the fact that these are designed and assembled in Los Angeles. So they control their quality control. So they can pay attention to that stuff. They can catch that before it even goes out. All right, let's pop this on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Also, when I talk about the total package with these guys, the price tag on this is only $425. So I almost feel like that's comical. Like I feel like there's too much going on, and then they throw the $420. I feel like they could charge more for that. I mean, I don't want them to, because I think that's like a really good deal. And even in these 3 colorways, this one's still available, and then there's another dark blue dial one. I forget what that one's called. And then there's like this sand colored one. That one's sold out. But this one and the dark blue one are still available. Shockingly, because I think these are stunning watches. I think they look amazing. All right, so let's, I guess I'll put the bracelet. So here it is on the bracelet. The Nodus H-Link bracelet is one of the best H-Link bracelets out there. I'm not saying it's one of the best micro brand H-Link. I'm saying it's one of the best H-Link bracelets that I've handled on the channel. Even better than some larger names. I actually kind of lean towards this one even more so than like the Zin. And part of that is because of the clasp system. I like the clean, simple clasp system. I'm not going to take the plastic off on this. This is a brand new watch. But there it is on Bracelet, which sings on my wrist. I would easily wear this on Bracelet, no problem. All right, guys, that is it. Let me kill the lights so we can check out the Loom. And there you have it. Yeah, it is definitely blue. No doubt about it. And a nice, healthy application. I think I'm even picking up a little bit of Loom on the tip of the seconds and around on the chapter as well. So plenty legible and nice and bright. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.